Today we'll be taking a look at an advanced media management tool for users who are not quite satisfied with Windows Media Player or iTunes. This is Leo from Fall Critic, and today's review is going to be about Audials 2016. Audials comes with a 71.4 megabyte installer, which is pretty standard for this type of software. It is a fairly quick and easy install process, after which you get a huge user interface which looks like this. Now, what can I say? It's definitely not the most simple UI. It's very colorful though, and it may look appealing at first, but the organization here is definitely something that could use some improvement, because a regular user would be easily overwhelmed with this type of UI. I guess it's meant to be used by enthusiasts and not really your everyday listener, but I can still see some organization aspects that could be improved. So the basic layout is like this. You've got your main sections on the extreme left, and then you've got your media at the middle, and then your playback is at the right hand corner, where you can see your play and pause buttons and all sorts of things. So what I really like about this is you can actually look up anything you want, and it will search a variety of sources, not just any particular source. For example, let's say I want to find something like the Skyrim soundtrack. Now it looks at various sources on the internet and it gives me some results. Now, as you can see, we're getting a lot of results here. And you can directly stream any of these if you want. And it also gives you a feature to record media from the internet. So it doesn't only allow you to look up SoundCloud and sources like that, it even returns results from YouTube, which is pretty nice. Now let's take a look at how it organizes media that is within your system already. So here's your basic media center. We have some albums here and some artists. So we've got C418, Hans Zimmer, and some other artists. Of course, you can change this information if you like. And if you pick an artist, it automatically shows you all the tracks by that particular artist. Now, when it comes to albums, again, it's got a very nice organization for that. It looks pretty nice and appealing. I like the UI, but one thing to notice here is that it is very heavy on the system. If we take a look at the performance, you can see it's easily causing a lot of trouble to the CPU. And although it's not got as many cores, it's just 2 cores, but still, it's 2 cores of an i7-4790K, which should be enough to handle media playback and things like that. But what I've noticed is Audials actually manages to slow down the system quite a bit. Unless you're an absolute media enthusiast, if you're just looking for something to run in the background and take a less amount of resources, this is definitely not your thing. As you can see, it's taking up 273 megabytes. And if we try to play something, if we start using the UI, let's say I'm going to play this. And it's playing now, as you can see. Let me just mute it so that the speaker doesn't get overwhelmed. But, well, the CPU is being used a lot, as you can see. When we're doing something, it goes up all the way to 50% of CPU utilization, which is a lot just for media playback. And it can get worse when you're actually looking at videos. That brings us to the second part of the media center, that is movies and entertainment. You can play videos here, and it'll pop up over here in the right hand corner. And you've got your usual settings. And they have a nice EQ down here, which is nice. And the usual play, pause, shuffle, next, repeat, things like that. let's take a look at the EQ. And you can turn it on and off, and it's got a nice visualization. You can mess with your low ends and high ends and tune it to sound exactly like you want it to. You can set your curve. That's kind of a given for any media player these days. Now here you can see all your media files, and as you can see, the user interface is struggling a little bit on the system, so you definitely need a proper system to run this. And it shows you now, getting back to the organization here, you've got list and table format, so 2 ways of viewing your media. I prefer the list format, and you can scroll through all your tracks and videos and pretty much everything over here, all media files, as the name suggests. And it allows you to create your playlists. Also, to get started, first you have to import your media, and to do that you basically click over here, and it allows you to configure file names and stuff. You can add the media folders, the folders you want to be scanned and imported. And it also has some other cool options, like you can store some of your media files on the cloud, and you can probably send them to your smartphone or USB device, and you can send it to a network attached storage, which is pretty cool. Now, the best aspect of this tool is probably versatility, the fact that it gives you radio, music search, podcasts, all sorts of things. And it also has a converter built in, so you don't have to go looking elsewhere or use some kind of online conversion. So if you want to change your media to some other format, you can do it right within this user interface, and that's the best part of the software. It gives you a lot of versatility, and you can change the different type of viewing over here. You can view the video in a separate window, or you can view it at the right hand corner as it's being viewed right now. So once again, versatility is king for this software. It's got a ton of themes as well, a lot of customization options. It's got the Windows 10 style UI, but if you're not an experienced user, it can get overwhelming. We do have some UI settings over here. Again, pretty in-depth in terms of settings. You can even record your audio, and it has some additional settings for audio processing and video recording as well. You can manage your storage, and you can add cloud storage if you like. And it's not just limited to some particular cloud storage that's sponsored by them or their own cloud storage. You can use pretty much anything: Google Drive, Google Play, Dropbox, whatever you like. And that's really nice. Now, as you'd expect with a tool like this, it also has the capability to handle audiobooks and that kind of thing, pretty much all types of media included. So what's my final take on this software? Now, it's important to keep in mind that when it comes to high-end media tools like this, pretty much every tool is going to give you the advanced features that you're looking for. It's not going to be an exclusive to any particular tool. So whether or not you should use this software is going to depend on your preferences. What type of organization do you like? Are you a media enthusiast, and do you spend hours organizing your media? If you're that type of person who's really in depth and wants a very comprehensive tool, although maybe a little bit difficult to use, this is probably your kind of thing. But if you're just looking for the most simplistic solution, this is not going to satisfy you. But keep in mind, it's a very versatile tool. It has lots of things built in and a lot of power for that ultimate media junkie. So that is it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like this video and subscribe to our channel for more. And as always, don't forget to check out the written review at www.filecritic.com. This is Leo signing out.